So everyone open this page. This is the content page of your science book. And if you don't know the syllabus, I'm telling you the syllabus, you can just mark it in your book. So your syllabus for the coming SA1 exam is chapter 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Chapter 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Chapter 3, that is fiber to fabric. 4, that is sorting materials into group. 5, that is separation of substances. 6, that is changes around us. And 7, getting to know plants. Okay, and one thing that is not written in your parents handbook, that is model test paper 1 will also be there. Okay, model test paper 1. The questions that are there in model test paper 1 from these chapters, they will come. Not the other chapters questions will come, but the questions that are there from these chapters that I told you, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, those questions will come from model test paper 1 also. Okay, so I hope you all have noted.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so today we will start chapter 3, fiber to fabric. Everyone open page number 24, chapter 3, fiber to fabric.
Ma'am, this chapter is too easy.
It's very easy. This chapter is very easy and it's quite interesting also and very easy. You will see. So what we will read in this chapter, the basic need of clothes, why we need clothes. We all have an idea of that. Brief history of clothing. So there is also a history because time to time the types of the clothes that we wear that is generally changed. So it changes, it keeps changing. So that we will know the history of the clothing. Yes, we are updating it. And then fiber to fabric, how we make the clothes. The material for the clothes, actually we get it from the plants, from cotton, not only plants, from some silkworms also. We will just know it. And later, not today, later I will also show you the processes by videos. So the main material that from which we are getting it, that is called the fiber. And the clothes that we are using, we are wearing, they are called the fabric. So we will know the journey of this fiber to fabric. Now yarn to fabrics. Fibers are made in such a way so that they can be used for making the fabrics. That thing is called yarn. So we will also know about that. And finally, we will know about the sources of the fibers. The fibers that we use to make the fabrics or our clothes, what are the sources of those fibers? We will learn about that. So here in this getting started box, you can see what is written here. Look at the pictures of the different kinds of clothes given below. Can you name the fibers of the clothes or what differences do you find between them? So for in the first one, what can be the fiber of this cloth?
Silk.
Silk. Very good. And in the next one, this one?
Cotton.
Okay. Cotton. And this one?
Also cotton. Also cotton.
And this one?
Wool. Wool.
Okay, yes. Wool, can you say? Or yes, this part, this particular jacket, we call it jacket. It has two different types of material. One is the wool that is present here. Another is this part is made up of waterproof material. Okay, this material is called waterproof material. We will learn about it later. Now this one, we can say it cotton, or also it looks like cotton. Actually it will be cotton will be correct, but sometimes blue colored One another type of material is also available, that is called denim. Okay, you may know, or
Then what
I
do
don't
we
know.
write here?
You write cotton, no problem. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, basic need of clothes. Why we need the clothes? Clothes are not one of our basic needs. Why are they? Clothes are one of our basic needs. Why are they so important? So, clothes are important because they protect our body against weather conditions such as strong sunlight, extreme cold, heat, rain, and even from dirt and dusts also. They also protect us from
And
insect
then
bites.
what kind of material is that raincoat made of?
Raincoat is made up of, we call it waterproof material. Okay, we call it waterproof material, rexines. Okay, so
Okay,
as I
ma'am.
have told you here, this jacket is also made up of waterproof material. Okay, that is a mixture of different materials. I will tell you in this chapter, it is there. Later on you will read that some materials are also made by mixing different types of materials, like polyesters, nylons are there. So we will read about it later. They reflect our personality. They make us look good, and like they make us look smart also. The kinds of clothes people wear vary from place to place. It mainly depends on the climate of the place as well as the materials which are easily available in that particular place. So if the question is why we need to wear the clothes, so from where you will write the answers? Don't write the because. You will start with we need clothes, then write because. We need clothes because they protect our body against these all lines. You will have to write up to this, up to smart. Okay, so the question will be why we need clothes. The answer that I have just marked, so you can also mark it in your book. Now, brief history of clothing. So what is the history of clothing? Let's see. Primitive people did not know how to make the cloth. They covered their body with leaves and skin of dead animals. We all know, we have seen also that in the previous time, the primitive people, that means before so many thousands of years ago, people did not know how to make the clothes. So they used to cover their body using the, tell me, using what? Using leaves and the skins of dead animals, the skins of so many different types of animals that have thick fur coat. So they used to wear them. Some
Ma'am, also
evidences
bark
suggest,
of co. Ma'am, bark of tree.
yes, bark of tree they used to also use. Some evidences suggest that the human beings may have begun wearing clothes as far back as 1 lakh to 5 lakh years ago. Okay, so you can understand how we need to go back how much. So 1 lakh to 5 lakh years ago, people used to people began wearing clothes. So before that time period, people used to wear the leaves and the bark of the trees and the dead animal skin, all these things. After people began to settle in agricultural communities, they started weaving twigs and grasses into long strands. So, at very primitive time period, the people used to wear the people used the leaves and the barks as their body coverings for covering their bodies. After that, they started weaving. Weaving means using some thread like structure, tangle them together to make some material, that is called weaving. So they started weaving the twigs or grasses, anything long thread like whatever they would find. They started weaving it, and slowly they began to weave these strands by hands to make the fabric. So very slowly and gradually they started understanding different ways of weaving, how they can weave from a small piece of cloth to a large piece of cloth on a complete cloth. They started understanding that. Now go to the next page. People of India and Egypt made clothes from cotton. The Chinese were the first who discovered the silk. So who discovered silk for the first time? Chinese people. And who used cotton for the first time? Indian and Egyptian people. Chinese people obtained silk from silkworms and made clothes from the silk. In the colder parts of the world, people covered themselves with robes and that are made up of wool. After the invention of the stitching or stitching needle, people started stitching fabrics to make clothes such as blouses, shirts, and later the machines were invented to spin, weave, and stitch the clothes. So you all know the stitching process. For the stitching process, what do we need? The basic things that we need is a needle and the thread, right? So by the help of the needle and the thread, we stitch so many things. We stitch our clothes. We can even make some handicraft or craft works on the clothes, and we can make different designs on the clothes by this process. Next, you see fiber to fabric. Okay. So clothes are made up of thin, long structures that are called fibers. Fibers are like thin strands of threads that are woven to make the fabrics. For example, silk, cotton, velvet, satin, and so on. What are these made up of? Take a piece of cotton fabric and now try to find a loose thread of yarn, at one of the edges and pull it out. If no loose yarns are visible, you can gently pull one out with a needle. We find that a fabric is made up of yarns arranged together. What are these yarns made up of? Okay, can you see if you have cotton cloth, if you have any cotton cloth, and if you look at the cloth, it will be better if you use a magnifying glass. If you have a magnifying glass, you can see and look at your cotton cloth through the magnifying glass. You can see these structures. Have any of you seen this? Have any of you seen these types of structures in your cotton cloth?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
This is how the threads are. This is how the threads are woven. Woven means
this type of in mat also.
yes. In mats, these are the large. We don't need to. If you just look at the mat, you don't need to use the magnifying glass.
Sweaters, these type of the like
Yes, yes.
charpai.
In sweaters also you can see it. So this is one kind of weaving pattern,
This
right?
type also in charpai.
Yes, Aryan. Yes.
Then this type also in charpai.
Yes, in charpai also we can see this type of pattern. So these are nothing but some weaving pattern. This is one type of pattern. Like this, so many different types of patterns are also there by which we can weave the fibers to make the fabrics. A number of fibers are twisted together by spinning into long threads called yarns. Okay. So do you know that what is this? This one? This is called charka, right?
Charka.
This is called charka. So what is fiber? Let me tell you first. So from the cotton plant, we get the cotton. Okay, that is not in the form of thread. We just get the cotton that we use when we get any cut. When we get any cut in any of our body part, then we use the cotton. Have you seen that? Have you seen that cotton? The cotton that we use for for editing that part if we get any cut. So that is the raw form of the cotton that we get directly from the cotton tree or cotton plant. That is the raw fiber. Okay, but we cannot make our clothes by using that cotton directly, right? That is very that cotton is very light, and that can be we can tear it very easily. So we cannot make our clothes directly from that cotton. So what do? We make threads from the cotton first. Okay, we make threads from the cotton. We roll on the cotton again and again. The cotton is the raw fiber, the cotton that we use for making a bandage or for treating any cut part of our body. So that cotton is the raw form of the fabric that we get from the cotton plant. Now we can't make clothes with that clothes directly from that cotton, so we will have to make threads from the cotton first. That when those threads are here you can see, when those threads are spinned into long threads, when those cottons are spinned into long threads, so we will have to roll on the cottons and roll on the cotton in such a way so that the cottons can be turned into threads. And when we collect all the threads from the cotton, that is called the yarn. So now is this concept clear, that what is the fiber and what is the yarn? The
Yes,
raw
ma'am.
material, the raw cotton is the fiber. When we roll on or spin the cotton again and again, we get threads from the cotton. That is called the yarn. Okay. And by using those threads, we make the clothes. That is called the fabric. So we get yarns from the fiber and fabric from the yarn. So this is the total journey that we call fiber to fabric. In India, yarn is spun on a small scale on a household tool that is called charka. So for this process of making the thread or yarn from the fiber, that is the cotton, we use charka. But in charka, we can make, from whose device that noise is coming? Check it and mute it, okay? So by using charka, we can make very little amount of thread from cotton. So this is why to make larger quantities, we use machineries that are used in the industries. But for household use as a household tool, charka is generally used. Charka was made very popular by Mahatma Gandhi as a part of the independence movement. So nowadays, spinning of yarn on a large scale is done with the help of spinning machines. After spinning, yarns are used to make the fabrics. So is it clear to you all? The cotton that we get from the plants, we roll it or spin it in these charka to make threads. You can see that this person is making threads with the, here you can see, this is the thread that this person is making. So he is spinning the cotton in this charka. In this charka, he is spinning the cotton, and due to that spinning, the cottons are rolled and they make these threads. These threads are then collected and they are used for making the fabric or the cloth. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now let's see the tidbit part. Mahatma Gandhi wore only khadi clothes woven from the yarn that he had himself spun on a charka. So Mahatma Gandhi, the clothes, the khadi clothes that Mahatma Gandhi used to wear, that were made from the yarn or the threads that he had spun himself. Okay. So for making his clothes or dress, the threads that were needed, he used to make those threads himself by using the charka. A cloth made from hand spun yarn is called khadi cloth. So what is khadi cloth? The khadi cloth is the cloth that is made from the yarn that is made by hand on charka, right? The clothes that we wear nowadays, the yarns are generally made in industries by using various large machines. But the clothes that are used for making the clothes, when the thread that is used, the thread is made by hand using the charka, that is called the khadi cloth. This is why khadi clothes are quite expensive, because it takes time to make the cloth. because people make it by using their own hand.
Ma'am, what is khadi? Khadi cloths?
Khadi
Yes, ma'am,
cloth
I
means,
also can't understand briefly.
Ma'am,
okay,
that is
so
soft cotton.
khadi cloth is actually cotton clothes, okay, but not all cotton clothes are called khadi clothes. The clothes which are made from the threads that are only made by hands using charka, right? From the cotton fabric, the threads are now made by using machines in industries, right? So that in very
And
small
then
time
how
period,
can we understand that this cloth is made by charka?
the material, the quality is completely different. When you will just touch it, you will understand. The khadi clothes, the material
Yes,
is
ma'am, we
completely
have.
different. It's a little bit thick and rough. It's a little bit thick and rough because there is not that much finishing, because we don't use machines. We make it by our own hand. The laborers make it by their own hands, and they even extract they even make the threads from the cotton balls using these charkas. They don't use any machines. The whole process is done by hands only. No machine is used, no larger machines are used, only charka is used. So this is why the khadi clothes are often, you will, if you touch it, you will understand they are a little bit thick and they are a little bit rough also. So these are this is why they are a little bit expensive also. Now yarn to fabric. Okay, now I'm going to show you one picture so that your fiber to fabric, this process, this concept can be more clear. Just wait, I will share the screen.
Ma'am, hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, yes students, can you hear me?
Yes,
ma'am.
Ma'am, you suddenly stopped. That's why.
Yes.
You can't see the screen?
No, ma'am. I think ma'am you haven't
No,
shared the
ma'am.
screen.
Okay, wait. Okay, just a second. Okay, so many pictures are there. Right now I'm showing you one of them.
Ma'am, now also, ma'am, we cannot see your screen.
Why you can't see?
Ma'am has not.
Ma'am, you don't share, I think.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am,
it's not. Okay,
Ma'am, now
now
we
you
can
can see it.
Ma'am, now.
Now,
Yeah.
okay. See this one. You can see this is the cotton plant, and these are the cotton balls, or we also call it cotton buds, right? We get these cotton balls. We will call it ball right now. We get these cotton balls from the cotton plants, but we cannot use it directly, right?
Yes.
We cannot use it directly. So what do? We just simply spin it. Spin the cotton balls, and by spinning process, we make the yarns from the cotton fiber. So that cotton ball that we get from the cotton plant, these are the fibers. Okay, these are called the fibers. Now we will take it and we will spin it with the help of some machines, and the smaller machine that is available in our that can be used in houses by we can use it very easily, that is charka. So by using that kind of machine, we spin the cotton ball, and we make this type of material that is called yarn by spinning. So this is called yarn. And then finally what happens, spinning the cotton yarn, we get the fabric, we get the final fabric. So by the from the
And
yarn
this
we
time
get
we get that cotton means cotton cloths.
Cotton clothes are made by the weaving process of the threads, right? We weave the threads, we tangle the threads in so many ways by the help of needles and the threads. We can just weave the clothes, right? We can weave the clothes, we can make the clothes by using the needles and the threads. But if we are using our hands only, or even by the machineries, different machines are also available. So we need the threads to make the clothes. The threads we get from the yarn, and the yarn we get from the cotton. So this is the process of spinning cotton. And this is the process by which we can get the fabric, that is the clothes that we wear, from the fiber, that is the cotton that we get from the cotton plants. Okay. So you mark up to this. Today we will not read anything more. You just mark up to this point, fiber to fabric. Tomorrow we will start from yarn to fabric. But before that, I will ask you few questions, very few questions, and then we will start the next part. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to take your attendance, students.